I woke up not even an hour ago. So if that tells you how my day is going, God, I can tell you how much I don't, not that I don't want to do this video, but how much I don't want to read what this video is about. Okay. Product placement. I'm not sponsored by White Claw. White Claw, sponsor me. Now, usually that's just for the bit, but today I'm really gonna fucking need this. I love when I just hear people yelling in the streets. Alright, so as you can probably tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be reading Gabbie Hanna's poetry book. I know this is probably really old, but I just got into YouTube, like watching YouTube and YouTubers regularly. I used to not consume so much YouTube, so I've got more into the YouTube community. And that might be where you know Gabbie Hanna from. She is kind of the center of a couple of memes.
So what if I'm the monster?
She was a Vine star turned Insta star, and now she does YouTube. When she got off of Vine and onto Instagram and had a bunch of people flock to her because they thought she was funny, she became kind of a narcissist, and every time that there were memes made about her, she would get really upset and cry on camera at these memes. Like the most recent one, probably from the past couple of years, would be the monster meme. And I guess she just thinks that all of the feedback that she should get should be positive all the time because she was really funny one time on Vine. And that's just not how things work. She needs constructive criticism. And I also just recently learned that she made a bunch of merch off of the monster meme that other people were doing, and other people's memes, like clearly copying them and putting them on merch and making money from it. How are you gonna cry about how all of these memes about you are so mean and then slap it on a t-shirt, slap it on a hat, and now you're making millions of dollars and not crediting the people who made the meme in the first place? She got popular on Vine from doing the same joke over and over again, pretty much.
Mommy, I can't sleep.
Oh, honey, try counting sheep.
What color are they?
Whatever color you want.
Where are they going?
Fuck it, be tired, I don't give a shit. Time for bed, sweetie.
Why?
Because you need your rest.
Why?
To grow big and strong.
Why?
Rest.
And not gonna lie, I liked them at first, but then I was like, oh, there's 20 of these jokes, and they're all the same. And I don't know about you, but I don't like the same joke over and over again unless it's John Pinette talking about how he's fat. So now that she's on YouTube and she probably has a business manager, I can go ahead and guess that they pressure her into doing more things to make her and her manager or managers more money, such as getting into music. She's got merch and stuff like that. She wrote a book. They pushed her to write a book, and they also pushed her to write music and do music and rap now.
They find my disinterest interesting, my depression a funny thing, my decline is relatable. People love that I hate myself, yeah, they love that I hate myself.
A lot of YouTubers have written books. The reason that I decided to do this video is because I was really inspired by Drew Gooden's video.
The poems are very not good.
So yeah, I'm not like really big on what Gabbie does. I mean, all I really know about her is the memes that I've seen about her. The only reason I see her things and see what she does and even know that she did rap was because I saw a video of it on r/cringetopia on Reddit. So if that doesn't tell you what her content is like, I don't know what does. We're going to talk about Drew Gooden's video. His video was really insightful about YouTuber books and how they're kind of a scam, and like Jake Paul did one, and Lele Pons did one, and Dan and Phil did one and stuff like that. And they're all just kind of trash, especially Jake Paul's book. He flipped through Jake Paul's book and it was all just about like, girls, here's what boys like. Boys like boobs. And then he went through a little bit of Gabbie's book too, so that's why I know that her poetry isn't very high quality. He said that she more than likely was put on a very short, strict deadline, and she couldn't make it very quickly in order to make a good-sized poetry book. There's the backstory on Miss Gabbie Hanna, and right now, we're going to open this and read a little bit. So it's a good, thick book. It retails for like $17, and I think that's really overpriced for a book that was probably very rushed and doesn't seem to be very good. So I bought it for $7 on Amazon used, because clearly somebody didn't want this. She's a cute girl, she's adorable, but when you put narcissism with adorable, you're just like, ooh, okay. She took to Twitter with a basically naked photograph of her with purple lipstick, looking like Gollum, saying that she could have sex with every person that I care about, but she doesn't because she's nice. And I'm like, I think that picture would turn my dad gay. Alright, so let's jump right into it. For all the kids who grew up too fast, all the adults who refuse to grow up, and everyone who's both. And this is, when did this come out? 2017. It's not that old. This book was inspired by Bo Burnham, who was inspired by Shel Silverstein. So I suppose by the transitive poetry, this book is inspired by Shel Silverstein, which I'm cool with because he's dope. Why wouldn't you just say that it's somewhat inspired by Shel Silverstein? So this is the very first poem. We're going to see what the first poem says, alright? Unexpected. Ladies and gentlemen, come have a look. Here at last, another YouTuber book. Just what we needed. Someone to produce the tangible ego of a 20-something douche. I think she's attacking Jake Paul in this one. Ooh, I like this illustration. Sleep. I like sleep. Sleep is neat. If you have trouble, count some sheep. I like sleep. Sleep is sweet. Best of all, sleep is cheap. When I sleep, I can dream of cherry pie and Boston cream. When I sleep, I don't have to think. That's why I love my 8-hour blink. I only wake up to eat or pee. Otherwise, I'd sleep for eternity. That one's relatable, but just kind of cringe. This is supposed to be like an adult/teens book. This sounds like a kid's nursery rhyme. Recess. Jacob and Emily sitting in a tree. Kissing. Wow, so profound. First came love, then came marriage, then came a stale and empty life. I'll give her that one. That one was good. As a result of the societal pressures to wed, which led to a semi-public affair and a severe case of alcoholism mixed with mental illness, followed by a grueling 2-year divorce that damaged the kids emotionally and left everyone without a sense of direction or self-worth. Okay, that one was funny. I will give her that one. That one was good. Okay, so we're getting into some of them that Drew was talking about in his. This one is literally a sentence, and then the rest is just blank. What a waste of paper. This book is honestly too thick. You could have made it shorter and saved a little bit of paper. Also, this says advice 14. This is the first advice thing in this book, so I don't understand why it's 14. Maybe for 14-year-olds. I don't know. Let's read it. When I was a kid, my biggest fear was getting lost in space, and it turns out maybe I shouldn't have been so stressed out about that because I don't have a spaceship, so don't make problems where there aren't any. She used BC for because instead of spelling it out. Should you get charged by a letter, Gabbie? These pages are like super thick too. Like this is a quality made book. It's just not quality written. Oh, I missed the acknowledgements. Oh, fuck. To Shane Dawson. Thank you for pushing me to stop putting this off and start writing. You inspire and encourage me in so many ways. Ooh. Mostly, thank you for putting me in touch with a great publishing team with a glowing recommendation. Real friends lie for each other. Gross. We're only like page 7 into this. Look, see, these illustrations are really, really good. Let's see what this says. Pout. Life sucks. Be grateful you woke up this morning. That's the worst part. This goes down. The first advice was 14. This one's 10. When I was little, I was the only person who couldn't do a cartwheel because I was too scared. Too scared. So I tried, and guess what? W-U-T. I still can't do a cartwheel, but I gave it my best shot, and it's okay to fall. It's okay to fail as long as you try. And I'm sure you haven't heard that before. Wow, okay. Let's go through this long one because it seems actually kind of funny. She's got a couple of gems in here, not gonna lie, but they're better than her raps. Sticks. You're a dimwit, a nitwit, a halfwit, and a dipshit, a peon, a moron, an utter bore and yawn, imbecile, ignoramus, vile, yucky, heinous, a nincompoop, ninny, and absolutely cringy. Look who's fucking talking, Gabbie. You're a roly-poly fatty from all the things you've eaten. You're a jackass, an asshat, a nutcase, and a cretin. Numbskull, twerp, jack-off pleb, dunce, dweeb, dunderhead, bozo, dork, buffoon, flop, stupid, smelly, useless mom. Hold on, wait, I'm not the type to call someone a dummy. To whom could I ever speak this way? Oh crap, I'm talking to me. Good, at least you fucking know that you're cringy and kind of an idiot. Alright, this one, it's only a couple of lines. Also, I really like this. But it's toxic as shit. Everyone tells me I deserve better. I know I deserve better, but I don't want better. I want you. She rhymed better with better, and then rhymed better with better. Just so you know how good of a poet she is. Oh, and then it's his butt! Aw, cute! I like this. And it's his butt! That's not a poem, Gabbie. That's just a thought. Every time I try to write a silly poem, it turns out incredibly sad. Gabbie, you need to take some antidepressants or something, honey. I don't know what to tell you. Relative. Time is relative. Beauty is relative. Family is relatives.
Whoa.
Couldn't you put the advices in order, Gabbie? You went from 4 to 10, or you went from 14 to 10 to 4. For 25 years, I told myself I couldn't do a single push-up, and now I can do 4 push-ups, so don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. You can do anything. God damn it. I'm gonna skip. Alright, I'm gonna skip to a random page, and we'll see if it's good or not. Okay, there's a bunch of hands. It says, be careful, they warn. Be cautious, they say. If you keep living like this, you'll die one day.
Whoa.
Nail polish. Ever notice that manicurists never have their nails done? Ladies and gentlemen, the American dream.
Good evening, and welcome. At this point in the program, we would like to enhance your life with a bit of culture. Hey, you, person who needs to fill the silence. Yeah, you, the one who would rather chat about the weather than let a moment go without sound. I'm looking at you, the guy who needs to hush the quiet. What are you so afraid of hearing? Thank you, and this has been cultural compensation with your friend, Miss Bobina.
So let's see what her take on depression is. When life is great and nothing's wrong, I'll stay in your mind like a catchy song. Sometimes I just think overused similes, especially the ones that use like instead of as, are just very, first grade. I don't know why. When you come up for air and you're feeling free, I'll weigh you down like lead boots in the sea. Okay, this is all gonna be similes. If you try to wash me down the drain, thicker than mud, I'll stick to your brain. When you're filled with joy without concern, I'll hollow you out like a jack-o'-lantern. When nothing you need to do is completed, you'll get up to go, but I'll keep you seated. When you start to build hope and the future's bright, I'll snuff out the sun and prolong the night. No matter personal or financial success, I'll crawl up your skin with the reaper's caress. When you're close to escaping but missed by a thread, I'll be here waiting with a gun to your head. More like gun in my mouth, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, this is a cute little illustration of her. I like this one. This one's cute. Oh, okay. She references Friends in this. I just caught my eye, so let's see it. My neighbors have really loud sex. A lot of it. I'm happy for them. I just wish she'd fake her orgasms a little more quietly. Just because you're sad and lonely, Gabbie, doesn't mean every woman fakes her orgasms. I almost complained once, but then I realized, if I can hear them having animalistic, passionate intercourse, they can hear me watching 13 consecutive hours of Friends. Let bygones be bygones, I guess. And so I thought this was cute, but she's just listening to them having loud, passionate, animalistic intercourse, apparently. Now it's advice 13. You went from 14 to 10 to 4 and now to 13. Come on, Gabbie, learn to count. Ew. This says raw. Our love is like that chicken in the back of the fridge. I know it's expired, but I'm just not ready to throw it away yet. First of all, that's really toxic in a relationship to not let someone go when you know you're no longer in love with them. But I don't want to know what her house is like. I don't want to know how she lives. So here's one that I'm pretty sure is just filler because it's toward the end of the book, and I'm sure she was just running out of time. Earthquake, the earth is shaking, I am the epicenter where the fault ruptures. Another haiku, this is some middle school shit. Did I do this one right? I do this one right. No, you didn't, because this last one, right here, this very last, did I do this one right? 6. Nope, you did it wrong, sorry. Oh, we're getting to the real filler here. Some of these poems were written because inspiration struck. Others were written because I had a deadline and needed to fill pages. Can you guess which are which? Could have made the book less pages. This book is like 248 pages. You could write a short poetry book. One of my favorite poetry books is The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy and Other Stories by Tim Burton. This book is 113 pages. And the last 4 are blank acknowledgments and a note about the author. You didn't have to write almost a 300-page book, honey. We've had 14, 10, 4, 13, 6, and now we're at 12. Just more proof that Gabbie doesn't know how to count. So we read the first poem, now we're gonna read the last poem. Did you read this book cover to cover, or did you skip around a bit? Did you share it with a friend or lover? You better not have. Make that bitch buy their own copy. I want a Lamborghini. What the fuck? Well, now I'm really glad that I didn't buy this from Gabbie and I fucking paid somebody on Amazon $7 for it instead. Oh my god, this should have been in the Library of Alexandria. She's a fucking genius. I just don't really know what else to say, like... So that's Gabbie's book. It's an alright poetry book. There are some good ones in there. But I don't recommend anybody buying it because that would feed to her ego and her narcissism, and like she said, she wants a fucking Lamborghini, and that's just disgusting to me. I hope you found it entertaining because I'm brain dead at this point. So, thank you for listening to me read Gabbie Hanna's amazing poetry.